we had several instances where we would have students who would leave our district and go somewhere else. And we would get phone calls of, what do you all do there? This child's wanting to know where his diagnostic testing is. How is he supposed to know what he's supposed to learn if he doesn't have this test to take to diagnose where he is in the expectations of the learning? Well, that makes you feel pretty good, especially on those times when you think, are we getting anywhere yet? Because it is, I said, a long journey, and you don't get there. But over time, you see a group of people and students who just live this way. But it does not happen overnight. Over time, with all the training that we've done, our main goal was to make this happen in the classroom and to see what difference that would make in the learning and how our students approached the learning and made that learning their own, and we're excited about it. We have a spectrum of that. It's a continuum. As we've grown, it's become harder to make sure that we give the teachers what they need in order to make those changes. But I think with the core that we have, if you go within our schools, you will find some classrooms where the students are using the continuous improvement tools automatically. You will see them doing PDSAs to improve their learning. You will see charts on the wall that give an indication of where they are in the learning, where they are as a class. They have their portfolios that they can look at their own learning and see where they are, what do I need to do, where do I need to go from here. And then you will find classrooms that are more traditional, that haven't gotten there yet. But within the culture, overall, I think what you see is more of a feel of we're here to learn. We appreciate each other, we respect each other, we work together. We're in an environment where learning is the expectation, and we're a part of it. But again, it's a journey, and we're not there yet.
Times when I've asked kids, and they would give me feedback on maybe how the room should be set up or how things should be arranged, things that I didn't think about. And they were the ones living in that space and try to utilize the materials. It just, I don't know, it made being a part of that school, part of the classroom, like a community. And we were all in it together. And I suddenly didn't have to make all the decisions. And there was a balance between what kids could give input to and make a difference, and they had pride and ownership. They accomplished a lot more than I did once given them the choice. And they were 8. So it was just exciting, and it made teaching fun. It made it fun for the kids. I think they were successful. We started looking at data. We started charting data, setting goals, letting the kids explain what they're working on and why. And when you have learning targets posted in your room and the kids go, oh, we're doing this lesson because there it is, that's one of our goals. That just took, I didn't have to do anything. That's when I say, even now, when you empower the people around you, you're not doing all the work. You're not doing it by yourself. You're doing it with a lot of people around you. And since they own part of it, they're more successful because they chose to do it, or they identified why they needed to do it. And you don't have to kind of make them do it. They know why they need to do it. Does that make sense?
One of my favorite Leander stories is that within the first few years that they were starting this process, they took a team of kindergarten students to the state capitol to testify, and I gave a little presentation, and then the kids were supposed to talk about their performance and what was happening here. And a group of kindergarten students, 5-year-olds from Leander, were testifying at the state capitol. And as they're testifying, you start to hear people rumbling in the audience and whispering. And one of the state board members said to a 5-year-old, it seems like you have a lot of control and responsibility and ownership over your learning. And if you have all this control, ownership, and over your learning, what's your teacher doing? And this little boy, without even hesitating, grabbed the microphone. He looked right at him and said, "The teacher's not in the closet, you know." And I think that really sums up the Leander philosophy, is that here's a 5-year-old that knew perfectly well that he was being allowed to do this, to take this level of control and responsibility and understanding and have a passion for learning. And the key person that was allowing him to do that was the teacher. Now, she wasn't the one that was out running things, etc., but she was constantly teaching that 5-year-old how to take that control and responsibility. When you transfer that to an entire K through 12 school district, you get just amazing results on multiple different levels.